don't, you know. And it's not saying cut the person off when they're talking. You can listen and have compassion, but you don't have to believe their story. So with 6 of Cups, excuse me, 7 of Cups and 3 of Wands, she's devising a plan right now. 2 of Pentacles, because she's losing money. Obviously, I predicted she was gonna win. People were like, oh, he was gonna win. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. My name is Holly, so grateful to have you all. This is a channel about hot topics through a tarot perspective. I am doing 2023 predictions, so stay tuned. At the end there's a playlist, so if you watch till the end, check out the playlist. I have over 30 now predictions. I am going to be returning to my regular videos. If you have any suggestions, doesn't mean I'll do them, but I'm open to doing them. For members get first dibs. I always, most of the time, I say I do 90% of members' videos, so because I get to see them first. Just putting that out there. There's other great membership perks. Check out the membership tab for more. Okay, so I'm doing Amber Heard 2023 prediction. When I was shuffling the cards, I got like the beach. So I feel like, and I did predict she's going to move to Europe. I see her a lot in Europe. I think she might be in Spain, Portugal, that Portugal area. If you've ever been to Portugal, it's so beautiful. I feel like Portugal is one of those countries that is just such an underrated country, you know. Yeah. So let's get into the reading. Amber Heard 2023. The Starseed, 3 of Swords, and 5 of Swords. Okay, so I see people like her. Usually 3 of Swords is about heartbreak, getting over something. But I think with her, because she's so self-involved, this means she doesn't like the way people perceive her. She's having a difficult time accepting that she's not being seen as the victim, and that people have taken Johnny's side. And you know anything about narcissistic abuse, people that are very self-involved, you know, it's very difficult to be in a relationship with them, because they always have to be on top of you. It's not equal. It's I did this more, you know. It's not like a corroboration. It's not a team effort. It is literally like they want to be the best. Do you know what I'm saying? So she wants to be the best victim. And I was actually watching this video. I don't know who, can't remember who it was, but I watched a lot of videos. I never really got into the story. I did the video about Johnny Depp because somebody asked me. And then as I started to do predictions that were coming true, I started to watch more videos. So I did this video, I think it's the Law and Crime Network or something like that. And I was watching it, and there was a psychologist on. And she said, Amber Heard is the victim and the hero at the same time. And you can't be both. And I thought to myself, wow, that's very profound. But with people, I think that's one of the red flags of being with somebody that has heightened narcissistic tendencies, is that they tend to be both. They tend to be like, oh, I'm the hero, I'm going to save the day, you know. But they also tend to, in a second, all of a sudden be a victim. And I see that with her here. She's very... This year will be the year she will try to get back her victimhood. And like I've said before, I never believed her from day one. I lost friends. People wouldn't talk to me. I remember one time I was working at this yoga studio. And I was working with this girl at the front desk because she started yelling at me because I said, I don't believe her story. And she became very emotional. And I think what happens with a lot of these very manipulative people that are in the public eye, they're so good at playing a victim that people that don't even know them take on their story, you know. And it was just like, I couldn't believe that, number one, I was being yelled at work by my colleague, And number two, that people were not even looking at evidence, but they were just so emotionally tugged by the situation. Like, girl boss, these kind of trends. And it's unfortunate that I feel like a lot of the time as women, we fall into this trap. I think because we tend to be more emotional. We fall into these traps of, like, they did this, they did that, without looking at the evidence. And like they say, believe a woman. I don't believe that. I think listen to their story, but you don't have to believe everything somebody tells you. That you just don't, And it's not saying cut the person off when they're talking. You can listen and have compassion, but you don't have to believe their story. So with 6 of Cups, excuse me, 7 of Cups and 3 of Wands, she's devising a plan right now. 2 of Pentacles, because she's losing money. Obviously, I predicted she was gonna win. People were like, oh, he was gonna win, excuse me. And people were like, oh no, there's no way he's gonna win libel. When I predict things, a lot of the time it comes true. It's not me. It is the angels and the divine sending me messages, And I don't just involve myself. But she's gonna say, she's gonna try to come back into the limelight, especially right now before the launch premiere of Aquaman 2. She's definitely going to, wow, the Chariot, 6 of Swords, Queen of Cups, good. She's definitely going to be like, oh, I was victim. That I see an Elle magazine article. She's going to keep trying to test the public water, the public media water. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, I'm the victim. She'll come out with an article, and people are gonna be like, no, you're not the victim. She's gonna go back, Yeah. So with the Chariot, 6 of Swords, Queen of Cups, she's going to really, really force. And like I said before, there's a guy who's a very powerful man, who's a producer, who's pushing her story. That's why the media took her side. Go back and look at my past videos I've done of both Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. It's been very interesting, because I definitely feel like there's also somebody out to get Johnny Depp that used this as a way to get through. So with 3 of Pentacles and the Empress, she's going to, that L'Oreal contract, oh gosh, what a mess of a person. You're trying to have empathy and compassion with some people, but it's just like, you can only do so with so much. So you can only do so with people, you know what I'm saying? And she's gonna be like, I'm all this, I'm all that, and like come out and just, she's gonna take on the wellness approach. It's going to be completely fake. We're gonna see right through it, because stories are gonna come out of her yelling at people behind the scenes. So it's just not good. If I were her, I would just stay out of the limelight. But people like this, they need the limelight to get their fix. I think since they were kids, they were like, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. And we all have dreams, but there's a difference between needing your dream to happen and not having an identity outside of it, versus I believe in myself and I believe I can do it, which she's definitely the latter. The first one. She's definitely the first one I spoke about. She's very much like, needs to address some childhood issues, needs to address something within her that she hasn't healed, but is using public platform as a way to run away from that, which I've seen a lot in Hollywood. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment. I would love to hear what you say. Take care.